Hi, welcome back. Elevated Minds Yoga, day 5, practice. So today we're going to focus on the pillars of your body, your legs. I would suggest getting some piece of furniture where you, instead of touching the floor, can touch the furniture. So maybe like an ottoman. In yoga, they often use these things called blocks or bricks. Why would you have those necessarily? But if you do, you could use them. Um, or even actually a chair. And we'll use that so that there's something to push against with our hands throughout the practice. So once you have that, you can kind of keep it to the side. We'll actually begin in a supine position. So lying on your back and facing up. Just take a moment to arrive. So place your hands gently on your ribs. Lift your shoulders up and tuck them underneath your back body a little and get into a pose where you can simply arrive, close your eyes, and wake up to what it feels like to be a body. Check in with any parts of your body that are tense or heavy, dull, or in pain. And then connect with your breath. Pull your breath in through your nose and expand your lungs and get as full as possible. And exhale a smooth, steady exhalation out your nostrils. We'll do a few poses lying on our back, but begin with listening to the sound of the bell. So with your eyes closed, open up your inner ears and begin to listen to the sounds around you in your room. Notice what it feels like when my voice lands in your mind. And make your mind like a laser beam. And with every sound, notice the laser beam moving towards that sound and facing it. Relax your face if this effort brings any tension or contraction, and listen to the sound of the bell. We'll play it one time. Watch the sound enter your mind. Notice the sound change, and watch the sound leave. Begin to deepen and slow down your breath. You can keep your eyes closed or open, but extend your right leg all the way to the sky and grab on to the femur bone, or behind it, you can interlace your fingers. More flexible people will be able to easily extend your left leg to the earth and then energize or awaken your feet and feel the corresponding leg muscles kind of engage with the pressure you apply into the bottoms of your feet. Your hips are heavy and your knee can bend a little bit, but push the thigh bone into the hands and pull the hands into the thigh bones. Relax your shoulders like you got a high heel shoe on both feet. Take a big breath in through your nose. Lengthen the inside line of both of your legs. Take one more deep breath. And as you exhale, maybe you bend your elbows or straighten the right leg even more. Good. Bend your left knee, place it on the floor. Bend your right knee and put your right ankle onto your left thigh. Now we have an external rotation. So instead of approaching the hamstrings in the back of the legs like the last pose, as you draw your left knee towards your chest, you can feel it in the right external rotator. Flex and wake up all 10 toes. Grab on behind the left thigh. Let your butt be heavy and your shoulders be heavy onto the floor. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath in and a smooth breath out. Your legs are active, and if you're more flexible, your hands can grab on in front of your left shin. But either way, let your tailbone be heavy on the floor. Take a big breath in, full breath out. One more. Inhale and exhale. We'll switch legs. Lower your left foot, please, and the right foot to the floor. Inhale, extend your left foot to the sky. Apply wakeful energy into the foot. So point your foot and flex your toes back so the ball mound of your foot is pressing towards the sky. Push even more through the big toe mound side and grab behind your leg. Invitation to extend your right leg if you're more flexible. Roll your shoulders on your back. Activate both legs. 2 more breaths. Breathe in through your nose. Exhale slow and smooth, and watch the exhale leave you completely. 1 more big breath in, please. And as you exhale with strong legs, maybe walk towards the stretch a little bit more. Bend your right knee, plant it on the floor by your right seat. Left knee bends outside of the left ankle onto the upper right thigh. Bend your right knee towards your chest and land a grip with your hands behind your right thigh bone. Roll your shoulders on your back, activate all 10 toes back towards their knee, and then close your eyes to breathe. Just breathing into the body. This is about feeling the activity and sensation that happens in your body and mind. And exhaling, releasing any unnecessary tension or contractions or stress physically or mentally. 1 more big breath in. And full breath out. Nice. All right. Lower the right leg, undo the left leg, and bring both knees in and rock and roll along your spine. It kind of wakes up the fibers in the back body. And then you'll cross your legs or cross your ankles, come onto your knees, and extend all the way back so you're lying on your stomach in a prone position. Come up onto your elbows just to see the full range of motion in the hips in this practice. Bend your left knee. Place your right forearm onto the floor to grab your left foot, and notice how your left ribs lift. As you push your left heel to the outer edge of your left seat, look to the floor and work to manage making your ribs and shoulders more parallel. Breathe in, stare at the floor, squeeze your left thigh, and lift your chest, open it a little bit more. 2 more breaths. This is stretching the quadricep or the front of the leg. And so our hip lets us do back bends, forward folds, and huge external rotations. Good. Release that leg. Take the second side, left elbow to the floor, grab your right foot, press both hip points into the floor, and press your entire left elbow into the earth. Now stare at the floor and breathe. Wake up your left foot as you push the shoelace side of the foot into the floor. And keep your back body strong. For 2 more breaths, breathe in, strong right leg. Kick your foot into your hand. And as you breathe out, roll your right and left shoulder onto your back. Good. You can lower that, bring onto your hands and knees, and we'll come to standing all the way at the top of our mat or whatever space you're using. So with your feet, let's look at your feet and what they're telling you about your body. Like I said, your feet are the conductors of your leg bones and teach us about the relationship between your pelvis or your hip joint. So if both feet point forward, we're in what's considered square hips or neutral hips. When we point one toe out, you can see that the femur bone in the hip socket did what is considered an external rotation. So we can learn about what our legs are doing by seeing what our hips are doing. So in most of our poses, we'll point our toes forward unless it's a posture where we're externally rotating one of our legs. Cool. Then we also have the pelvis part of this game. So if you put your hands on your hips, you can learn a little bit about this bowl or this pelvis that your leg bones come out of. The only reason why I want to teach it to you is because sometimes people have low back pain, and it's simply because of the way that their pelvis is often tilted. So with your hands on your hips, you'll see that if you sway into your back and get like a little perky tush, that you start to compress your low back. So we don't want that. We want to start rolling the sit bones a little bit down towards the floor and lengthening the low back. That being said, you don't want to have it so that you're completely compressed where the pelvis starts to tilt backwards, called posterior tilt. So neutral pelvis, neutral feet, let's move. Who cares, right? Long term, it's good information. So top of your mat, point your toes forward right underneath your hips and learn what hip distance apart feet look like, because I'll say it for our first standing sequence. Inhale, extend your arms up to the sky, stretch your hips forward, deep breath in and push the feet down, lift up, exhale, forward fold. Move with your breath. Take your whole inhale simply to broaden your heart forward, squeeze the legs strong, and exhale, plant your palms, step back, high push-up pose. Now, a tendency is to collapse, so get really straight and strong, and you can always drop your knees if your entire handprint isn't on the floor. So smush your hands into the earth. One more breath. You're strong. Hug in your belly, squeeze your legs, and exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Point your toes, zip your elbows into your ribs, push your hands down to the floor, and inhale to come on up. Exhale, slowly lower. We'll do it twice more. Push down into the floor with your hands and feet. Inhale, roll your shoulder blades together and down. Exhale, lower. Good. One more with your breath. Full inhale. And full exhale. Beautiful. Walk your hands back a couple inches. Come onto your hands and knees and place your right hand in the middle of the mat and your right knee and your left leg all in one straight line. Side plank pose. You can do the full side plank if you're looking for more of a challenge. Either way, inhale, extend your arm up high, and exhale, stretch your hand over your head. You go. Relax your ear, relax your heavy head, and simply stretch into the side body. Squeeze your back leg and press the whole foot into the floor. Breathe in. Breathe out, stretch. Good. One more breath. Second side. Left hand, whole hand plants. Put your knee in line and your right foot as well. Inhale, extend your arm to the sky and exhale, stretch and bend your side waist. Take 2 more breaths here. Strong, straight right leg. Breathe in. Relax your head and rainbow out your ribs. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Hands to the floor. You can step your feet back, high plank pose. And from high plank, bend your knees, sit your hips up and back, and this is down dog. Good. Maybe you end up shuffling your feet forward a tiny bit, but if you can, start to straighten your legs any amount, but don't just keep them straight and round your upper back. Bend your knees tight, hamstrings to reach your hips up and back. One more breath. Inhale. And as you breathe out, bend your knees, look forward, and step or lightly hop to the front of your space. Inhale, lift your heart up, hands to shins. And exhale, forward fold. Your eyes go all the way to your belly button to finish the pose. Inhale, reach your hands all the way up. Squeeze your legs, reach, really stretch through your fingers. And exhale, hands by your sides. One more just like that. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, strong legs hinge right over your hips. This strength and grace starts to move into your life. Inhale, halfway lift, dance with your breath and spine. Exhale, step back and lower all the way to the floor or in half of a push-up. Inhale, cobra pose. Like the head of a cobra lifts, the snake body is strong, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Pedal out your feet, so bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Take a breath, bend the other knee, straighten the leg. Do it once more on both sides. And then when you find neutral, reach your hips up and back. Breathe in. Exhale all the air out of your lungs. Bend your knees, look forward, hop or step. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Good. Reach all the way up. Big breath in. And exhale, hands by your side. We're going to add a few more poses. So stay strong with me. Now we're going to get into opening and adding energy into the legs. So at the top of your mat, do a pose called chair pose. Bend your knees. Inhale and sit to reach up. Exhale, straighten your legs. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your left foot back for lunge. Far back. Feet are hip distance apart. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, reach your head forward and your hands back as you energize through your feet. Good. Sit your hips lower. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. Nice. Strong line of energy. 1 more just like that. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Twist. So left hand can go right on the floor and right hand to the sky. Push through your left heel and lower your right hip any amount to lift your left. 1 more big breath in. As you breathe out, lift your right hand up and take it back a tiny bit more. Both hands to the floor. Walk onto your right leg and take your hands forward. So stand just on your right leg. It's called standing L pose. Take a big breath here. As you exhale, whole body tucks. Lower your chin to your chest. You've got just 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Extend strong legs. Exhale, bend both knees, tuck. Good. Inhale, especially the big toe side of your foot. Extend strong legs. Exhale, tuck. Nice. Both feet to the floor. Inhale, straighten your legs. Hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to the earth. Step your right foot far back for a lunge. Then hug your hips together. Push into your feet. Relax your toes. Breathe in. Come on up with your hands and eyes and heart. Flow with breath. Exhale. Energize your legs as you lean forward. Lines of energy. Breathe in. And breathe out. Yes. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Power up that back leg. Right hand to the floor. Inhale. Left hand skyward for a twist. Roll your shoulders on your back. Lower your left hip any amount by pushing into your left heel. And make sure your knee is directly over your ankle. You don't want it way forward. That could be injurious. And you don't want it swaying from side to side. 1 more breath. Inhale. Power up your back leg. And exhale. Good. Hands to the floor. Walk forward. Standing L pose. Inhale. You can bend your standing leg. Keep the back leg straight and strong. Exhale. Whole body squat. Inhale. Extend through your back leg and your spine. Exhale. Round and tuck. 2 more. Inhale. Push through the inner right foot. Exhale. Lower your head. Breathe out completely. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Both feet on the floor. Take the feet a little wider. This is where you could grab onto your prop. Feet can be hip distance or a little bit further. Point them forward. Inhale. Halfway lift. Notice where your hips are in space. You want them directly over your hips. Directly over your ankles. And then exhale, you can start to forward fold. You might be like here on a chair. You might be like here, very flexible. So wherever you are, with pretty straight legs, maybe a tiny bend in the knees, press into your feet and take 1 more big inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the muscles on the legs and fold a little bit deeper. Nice. Inhale, come all the way up. One other thing to teach or learn tonight is about reciprocal inhibition, which means if we want to stretch the back of our legs, we actually have to tone the front part of our legs so that the back part can feel protected by the strength of the front of your legs. So every forward fold will really work on engaging our quadriceps so our hamstrings can safely stretch. Otherwise, we can tear or rip a muscle if we just fall into flexibility. Let's do a couple more flows. So inhale, extend your arms, tree pose, or chair pose, sit low. Exhale, forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, top of a push-up. Big breath in, zip your belly up. Exhale, lower, chatur, half push-up. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. And then exhale, reach your hips up and back, down dog. All right, swing your right leg up to the back wall if you can as you breathe in. As you breathe out, step your right foot all the way through. All right, your back leg, this pose is called Warrior One. I want you to step your back leg forward and to the left, and the toes point at a 45-degree angle as you come up. So both my toes are pointed forward, my hips are forward. Inhale, reach your hands up high. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Breathe in and lift your heart up. And then exhale, reach your heart forward and slowly lower your head. Maybe your left foot can go back a little bit, but your feet are hip distance apart. And as you lower your head, you've got to push through both feet as you hug the leg bones towards the center. Take one more big breath in. And full breath out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now can you just stand on the right leg and make your body like a capital T? One more big breath in. Good. Step your foot far back for a lunge. Woo! Lower your back knee. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. This time, really twist with the elbow over your thigh. Now, you make a fist with the bottom and paper covers fist, and then lift your heart up to your hands. And breathe. As you roll your shoulders on your back, breathe into a twisted belly. Soften your front toes. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, strong legs. Push your feet into the floor. Activate the muscles in the legs. Good. And then come back to center. Last pose on this leg. Hands to the floor. Walk your back knee back and straighten your front leg. My tight hamstringers, you're going to need that piece of furniture again. As you flex your toes back towards your face, keep your spine long. Hips are square. Steer the right hip back. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale, strong right leg. Exhale. 1 more breath. And exhale. Good. Take your right foot back to the floor, hands to the earth, and step it back, high plank pose. Downward dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step it all the way through. So Warrior One. So take your right foot over to the right and point your toes forward just a little bit. You've got a little angle. When you come up, square your hips, square your ribs. Inhale, hands high. Exhale, interlace your hands behind your back. Breathe in, pull your heart up nice and strong. And exhale, lean forward. Press into your feet and relax your head. Strong, active legs. Press and awaken the feet. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale, 1 more breath. Look up, lift your chest a little. Warrior 3, stand just on your left leg. Accentuate your right leg. Take 1 more big breath here. Good. And then step your foot far, far, far back. Lower the back knee. You're amazing. Breathe in, lift your hands up high. And exhale, twist. Round your back to hook your elbow. Make a fist. Paper covers fist. Not like this. Breathe in, lift the space of your collarbones to meet your hands. And exhale, roll your shoulders on your back. There's action between this elbow and the thigh. And then the leg is strongly pushing into the floor. Like the shin is like a stake driving into the earth. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more big breath in. As you breathe out, you can twist a little bit more. Hands on either side of your front foot. Back that back knee up and straighten both legs. Inhale, open your heart forward. And exhale, lower your chin towards your chest. Activate the left legs. Engage the muscles onto the bone and push the ball of your foot forward as you lower your chin. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more big breath in. Nice. All right, drag your heels back. Those poses started to open up the front of your hips through lunges. This supports us in back bends. Flip your toes under. Hands make little fists. Put them in your low back, like right above your seat. and start to lean back. Strong glutes engage your hips to come forward. Maybe a hand to one or both of your ankles if you have big feet and it's easy to grab your ankles. And take one more big breath here. Shoulder blades together to open the front of your heart. Inhale and exhale. Hands to your hips. Toes together to touch. Bend your knees so that your seat can come to your heels. You can take your knees wide as you walk your hands forward. But for this one, slide your right hand underneath your left armpit and bring your right temple to the floor or the block. Or maybe you have a pillow. Let your left hand lightly push into the earth in front of your face. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, slow. Watch the breath leave you. Close your eyes. One more. Inhale. Exhale slowly. Good. Come back to center. Take your second side. Right hand on the floor. Inhale. Left hand off the earth. Thread the needle right underneath your right armpit and lower your left temple or left ear all the way to the floor. A little pressure in the right hand to open up the collarbone space and breathe with closed eyes. Inhale. Feel your body stretch as you breathe in. Watch a slow, steady exhale leave you and pause. 2 more breaths. Last big breath in. All right, and now come back to center. We'll take one more standing series. And in this standing series, we're going to work on externally rotating your legs open. So let's try it. Step your right foot forward and your left foot down for Warrior 2. So if you're new to Warrior 2 again, you can straighten both of your legs for a moment and see I have a wide angle. My right toes point straight forward and my left toes would completely be perpendicular to that angle. So if I drew a line from my right heel all the way, it would bisect the left arch. Bend your knee, find the outside edge of your foot, and look and make sure you can see your big toe so that your right knee is directly over your ankle, not lodged forward, and that it's not swaying in. It's as if you have a little bit of extra action. Roll your butt down to open this inner thigh so you can see the front big toe. That's it. Good. Notice how strong your legs are. Pillars that hold your body up. Push into the feet, but soften your toes. Good. Breathe in, reach your hands up. As you breathe out, bring your right elbow to right thigh. Stretch your left arm over, palm face down. Feel the bend in your right knee get deeper as you stretch from the left leg through the left hand. One more big breath in. Ooh, feel it. Good. Come on up. Warrior 2. Notice how quick we want to get away from things that are hard. Straighten your right leg. Make the leg strong. Big breath in. Maybe shorten your stance. Bring this back foot in. Exhale. Strong rooted legs. Right hand to right shin. Left hand skyward. This is called triangle pose. Lean back with your upper chest and stare up your hand if you can. Or down to the floor, but roll your shoulders onto your back. Good, strong legs. Root the big toe down into the floor. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Half moon pose. Let's try it. Hand to hip. Bend your right knee. This is where you could use your furniture again. Stand on the right leg. Your right knee can be bent, but activate the left foot and energize the leg. Good. Maybe you don't even need to put your hand on the floor. You play with your legs being so strong. And then step all the way back. All 10 toes to face one angle. Hands to your hips. Open your heart. Breathe in. Little back bend. Strongest legs in the world. Hinge at your hips. Forward fold. Hands to the floor or furniture. Breathe in. Halfway lift. And exhale. Fold. Good. Rock forward and back on your feet. Come onto your toes or the ball of your feet. Come onto your heels. And then press equally into your feet. Squeeze the muscles on the entire cylinder of your leg as you take a big breath in through your nose. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale, rise on up. Walk your hands to the back, to your left foot. Point your left toes over to the left a little bit and lift your right leg. It's kind of like this. I call it like Spider-Man move. Inhale to center. Bend your right knee. Lower your seat to your heel and press that left leg straight and strong. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, center. And as you exhale, extend beyond the body and pose. Good. Inhale, center. All 10 toes point in the same direction. Squeeze your legs. Hands to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. And then bring your heels in. And you'll take your knees and bend them. You don't want to bend them too deep. Unless you're really flexible, then you can bend them deep. And you're going to want to keep your knees directly over your ankles again. Breathe in. Shoulders on your back. Sit tall. Soft toes, so relax your toes, and then exhale, twist. Move with your breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Feel your body. One more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale, center. Straighten both legs. We're going to come back to warrior two. Second side. So take a long stance, extend your arms, push equally into both feet, press into the outer edge of your back foot and lift the inner edge of it. Now press the heel bone down like a stake into the earth and roll your sit bones down to broaden the front of your pelvis. One more big breath in to your arms or reach into the sky. And exhale, side angle pose, elbow to the thighs, stretch, palm face down. Push your back foot into the floor and stretch your side body even more. Good. Come on up. See if you can stay in these poses that seemingly are something we want to jump out of. Walk this back foot in. Deep breath in for triangle pose. Equal pressure in both feet. And then exhale, reach the hand forward, long, strong spine, hand to floor, and extend your right arm skyward. Lean back as you press the four corners of both your feet into the floor. Breathe in. Soften your chin, your jaw, your neck. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Explore little micro nuances, little moves in the body. Hand to hip, half moon pose. You've got it. Bend your left knee. Look before you leap. Left hand onto the floor or furniture. Left knee can bend. Just fire up your right leg. Maybe you play with being so strong and centered, you don't even need your left hand on the floor. Nice. Woo. Step your foot all the way back. All 10 toes to one side. Inhale, hands to hips. Lift your heart up. And exhale, fold. Last forward fold, standing here. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe hand to furniture. One hand underneath your chest, the other hand to the sky. Relax your head, one more breath. Switch sides. One hand on the earth. Push down to lift up through the fingers. And same with the feet. Push down into the feet to make the legs strong. And let go. Forward, fold. Hands to your hips, come all the way up. And step or jump your feet together. All right, just a few more standing poses. We'll get to our seat and finish the practice. But let's review the major range of motion that your hips can do. So they can support us with back bends. Stand on your left leg, bend your right knee, and take your right foot for dancer pose. In back bends, we want to engage our back body to open the front. You can bend the standing leg, reach your left hand forward, engage your back muscles to start kicking your foot into your hand and stretching the front of our body. If you feel any compression in your low back, point your knee straight to the floor. Don't make it about as big of a bend, but breathe And find a place where you can start to open up slowly with a nice steady breath. How about one more big breath in and breathe out? Good. The, let's do the other side. Ground that foot into the floor. Take the other ankle. Extend. You can bend your standing leg, but point your left knee straight down. And then exhale, kick your foot straight back. Stare at the floor. Lengthen the back of your neck. Kick like crazy. Take one more big breath in. And breathe out. So this is full extension. Now, full flexion. Stand on your right leg, bring your left knee forward, straight out from the hip. If you're more flexible, you can grab onto the back of the leg and straighten out this foot completely. Some people can even grab onto their toes. But either way, stay right here and activate your leg. Start finding energy. You're just waking up the body. It's okay if it doesn't do what you might think it should. One more breath. Good. And then lower. This time, we'll switch sides. We'll do the second side. Hands to hips. Feel a neutral pelvis. Extend your knee. Start here. Flex through the foot. Breathe through your nose. Tell yourself you're stronger than your mind will let you know. And play. And shaking's good. It means that energy's moving into areas. So challenge yourself. Maybe take one more big breath in. And out. So our legs can do a lot of swinging back and forth, but they also can move in and out. So we'll take figure 4, last of the standing poses. Hands can barely press onto your knee and ankle. Just let it use as a guide. Bend your standing knee. Interlace your fingers, except for the pointers or index, and point your fingers forward. Look at the floor and take your seat back. Flex into the standing toes or the lifted toes. And breathe. One more breath here. And then come back and stand on that second side. Flex into the toes to wake up the leg. From there, start to lower your seat. Use your breath to calm this little muscle called the piriformis. Grab your hands and get long in all sides of your spine. Feel the action in both of your feet. One more big breath in. Whoop. And full breath out. Good. We're going to come all the way down to our seat. I'm just going to check time. Bring your knees to the floor. Again, let's check out these different options for our leg. Extend your legs forward. Breathe in. Reach your hands up high. Exhale, start to lean forward, fold. If this seems insane for you with the shaking, because I know I'm more flexible, you can bend one knee and do one leg at a time. So it looks like this. The longer you hold the poses, the more engaged your legs are, and the deeper you breathe, the quicker you'll see a change in the elasticity and tone of the tissue, the muscular tissue. One more breath. Do the other side if you haven't done it, or simply enjoy a deeper forward fold. For 3 more breaths, lower your chin. Breathe in slowly through your nose. Exhale all your air out. One more deep breath in. And full breath out. Nice. Come up to a seat. Enough of the legs. Simply bend your knees and we'll twist. Take your one hand in front of your shin, the other hand behind your butt, and let that hand kind of lift your spine up. Inhale. Shoulders on your back. Exhale, spin over your back shoulder. Take a few breaths. Explore how your breath and really stretches the muscles that affect respiration. Obviously, I guess. One more breath. Good. Come back to center. Second side. And equal pressure in your sit bones, equal energy in your knees. Sit as tall as you can as you breathe in. Close your eyes. And open up the area of your collarbones and look over your back shoulder. See if you can chase a breath instead of chase a stretch for 2 more. One more big breath in. Good. Come back to center. Take the feet together, butterfly pose. Last posture here. Hands to your feet, elbows right into your hip creases. Lower your head. Breathe. Your heels can be closer or further away from your hips. Take 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Just feel what it's like to breathe. The human being trying to enjoy being instead of constantly doing things in their mind. Inhale, rise up. You can take your knees together, lower all the way down. Simply take your feet on the floor, knock your knees together, hands to your ribs. If you're done, lay here. If you want one more last big pose, you could do full wheel pose. You're all open for it, which puts your hands right by your ears, maybe a little further up, and then inhale, lift all the way up. If that's interesting, then you've got to wake up your feet and firm up your legs, make them strong. And if not, either way, whenever you're ready, we'll meet in this final resting pose. If you need any other last postures before you rest. But the resting is actually really advanced. So you can take a starfish-like posture for your final resting pose. Or if you need your knees bent or to lay on one side or your stomach, you can do anything that lets you feel safe and invites you to relax. And if you can close down your eyelids and let your body start to sink into the floor, you're able to see your relationship with your breath with more sensitivity and greater awareness. We just have a few minutes here, so see if in these few minutes you can start to repattern your brain to paying attention, to feeling ease, to connecting with peace. So if there are anything coming from your mind, like wires of energy, stories, or unfinished conversations that are still affecting your brain, imagine you had a little scissors next to your final resting pose. And instead of giving energy to an experience that's not actually happening, imagine you're cutting the wires coming from your head or from your heart. And for the last 2 minutes here, can you breathe and listen and feel life in every cell of your body? Wrap your awareness onto everything that shows up. Your mind will always want to do something. Rest. Feel the breath in your body. Begin to wake up your fingers and toes by putting small movements into the edges of your body. Maybe nodding your head from left to right, very slowly, just to feel the feels. Take a big, deep breath. Slowest exhale you can imagine. Maybe you nod your head again and take one more super well observed breath. Watch the exhale leave, and your mind becomes still like a calm pond or lake. Continue to keep your eyes closed as you reach your hands overhead and bend one knee at a time and place each foot on the floor and push your feet into the earth. Stretch your arms over your head, squeeze your muscles, and then roll onto one side with your head held upon your upper arm. Take a big breath in. Start your day fresh. As you breathe out, remember you are strong in the way that you connect to this earth. You are powerful, full of muscles, and you are a bright energy that we love to have around. You can pick yourself back up to a seat whenever you're ready. Begin to open your eyes, and I hope that introduced you a little bit to the power and action that can happen to your legs and in yoga practice. So we're building up strength, we're building up awareness, we're building up intelligence. Now we've covered our feet and our legs, and I hope that helps you bring more life to your feet and your legs off of the yoga practice, off of the yoga mat as well. So even when you're watching TV, play around with waking up your feet or folding into really strong legs, and add that into your everyday life. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow.